So the question I have for you is, what podcaster or YouTuber do you like the most? Let me tell you about my favorites. Hey, the channel is growing. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you like one of my videos, please share it on social media. So am I a YouTuber? Am I a podcaster? Am I a vlogger? I don't really know what you'd label any of this, but I do know that I've been watching some YouTube channels and listening to some podcasts that are very much related to the content that I do, trying to get a sense of what other folks are doing. Some of these folks used to be my co-workers at studios, so I wanted to go through what are my top VFX and animation podcasts that I've been listening to, and maybe get your opinion as to what ones you like to watch. So to start with, I think the podcast that I've been listening to the longest is Vfx Guides Podcasts. They're going back for years now. I used to listen to them, especially on my way to SIGGRAPH. I would always load up so I could kind of listen to all the latest and greatest before I'd hit the floor at SIGGRAPH. Another one that I've been tuning into lately is from Matt Wallen, who does a lot of those VFX Guide podcasts, but has broken off his own podcast called 8111, where he's going through long-form, deep interviews with folks who used to work at ILM. The name 8111 is actually an inside joke because when you would get an outside call at ILM for reception, and then they would page you overhead and say, call 8111, and you would get connected to your outside call. So you'd always hear 8111 all day long through the PA system when you were at ILM. Matt's podcast has been really great because he's been doing deep dives into the backgrounds of many of the folks that I used to work with in my early days. And I've learned more about whether it's Mile Perkins, whether it's Mo Husseini. I recommend you check out some of his podcasts especially. Another one is the Art Department Podcast, which is done by Emmanuel Shu and Jay Urshel. Emmanuel Shu is someone I used to work with. And in fact, you can look into my history here and you'll see I did an interview with Emmanuel not too long ago. I've been watching their podcast. They definitely were an inspiration for me as to how to get your look and content to be a little more professional. Not that I'm there yet, but I'm trying. Another one that's popped up lately that I've been watching a lot of is the cgcareer.com or the CG Career YouTube channels. Again, doing a lot of deep dives with industry veterans, many of the folks that I knew at ILM, but really covering a lot of the studios across the whole industry. That's been a real hoot. Another one that recently I discovered while doing my research for Emmanuel Shu is Art Cafe. It's another podcast out there, and I'm going to put links to all of these down there, but here's what I'm asking of you. If you've been following my channel or you're watching this video, please comment below with what your favorite VFX or animation podcast or YouTube channel is. It not only lets people, and myself, know what some of the other content is out there that we can start to absorb, but if you're a fan of their content, well, then putting a comment here will get them more clicks. Other people will see them, so you can support your other YouTubers by putting a comment down below and putting a link to either their YouTube channel or to their podcast. I'd really love to hear from you. I'm trying to grow the volume of podcasters and YouTubers that I'm watching as I improve my own channel. And I'd really appreciate your input. And again, those YouTubers and podcasters could really use your support when you put a link to them in other people's comments. So please comment below. Thanks for your time. I want to hear what kind of podcasters you like. Thanks.